Hey world, it's Ben. We'll come back with another video. Family, first of all, I want to thank everyone for subscribing and liking the videos. I really appreciate you guys. It's very humbling. Love you guys, and like I said, this food for thought in the garden. I just really enjoy that you it's resonating with you and you're enjoying it. So I just want to start out by saying that. But I mean, just when you think the media and the television can't get any more desperate, right? You give this guy George Zimmerman more publicity, more, airtime. And family, if you haven't heard, and it was such a polarizing incident. And like I say, I've always felt that, we are living in an environment where the divide and conquer method is used on every level. You dig? Because I said before in a previous video, there's no such thing as race. I mean, like I said, that was something made up in the 1800s by some European guys that wanted to make sure that a certain group of people, okay, retain their nobility and status. And then that way they can decide who's a part of the clan. That's why, you have Masons, or you have these particular fraternal groups. You have this mass gain of wealth when only like 1% of the population is in control of 48% of the world's wealth. Think about that, family. You got 52% of the world's wealth to go to the other 99% of the population of the world. See, these are staggering numbers if you understand economics, if you understand, just have some common sense, if you're common senses, right? And we perpetuate it so much that they don't even have to do anything. See, we think we're living in a democratic republic. Eyes wide shut. But if you look at what we're really living in, and I like to coin it an oligarchy, collectivist republic. And the only reason I say republic is because the people think they're, it's a democracy. But those that actually control what's going on, they know it's an oligarchy. They know it's collectivism. Because it's a small group of people, right, that's given the masses of people everything they have to survive. We don't control what we eat, what we drink. We don't know where our food is coming from, right? I mean, everything is predicated on having to go to somewhere you don't even know to get what you need to survive. And those that are in power know that. I mean, I just say, for instance, think about Nike for a minute. Nike sells millions of shoes, make billions of dollars. I mean, billions of dollars, right? You dig? And 65% of the manufacturing shoes are overseas in China, Indonesia, and Vietnam. What tripped me out is it's in China. Aren't we supposed to have a tariff or a trade war or something like that with China? So that tells you that when when you have a small group of people that can have the masses of people, okay, conform to the ideology of hedonism, to the ideology of just seeking pleasures, then there's no thought process in anything. And then they can give us something called a Congress, something called a Senate, something called the three branches of government, which they never ever elaborate on. Remember, family, executive, legislative, judicial branches. Okay? They don't do anything for anybody. The notion that Democrats and Republicans, and that's why I say they put anything on the television. I'm prefacing to say the notion that if you conscious and you actually think that politicians have the best interests at heart for us, then you got to be cognitively dissonant. look at what's happened in your lifetime. And you name some significant things that politicians have done, which they said they was going to do, that's going to benefit the masses. And like I said, I'm not talking about, they got health care and all kinds of stuff. Come on, man. You can have health insurance, paying a monthly premium, and still have to go to the doctor, pay a copay, still have to pay for the medications, still have to do all of that, So they digging into your pockets. And we don't even think nothing of it, right? And so this whole notion of the Trump impeachment hearing, it's a joke. And it's on every channel. Okay? And for what? This is ridiculous. And like I said, what they put on the tube last week, George Zimmerman. What? The Trayvon Martin case is back in the public's eye. How do the news do that? He's suing the Martin family for $100 million, okay, for fraud or something, obstruction or something like that. He felt that, they ruined his life because if you remember back, family, and that's why this case, like I said, was so polarizing, because all the lies was coming up, and then the young lady perjured herself and lied and said she was Trayvon's girlfriend when she wasn't Trayvon's girlfriend. What was that about? Right? And so that whole story, that whole incident was shady. But to put this guy back on the television saying that he's suing the Martin family, right there's the divide and conquer. To make it polarizing again. And I don't know why they keep trying that. Afro-melanated people, we got too much on our plate to be worrying about that. Are you serious? Because we understand race. I mean, come on. Only people concerned about race is those that are not Afro-melanated. Because we're the only one affected by it around the globe. I mean, there's a diaspora of us. I was just watching National Geographic, family, and I did not know that in the South Pacific, there's some indigenous people live out there called the Indincas or something like that. But they were Afro-melanated. I'm like, in the South Pacific? So we all over the world, and they were building their own boats, surviving out in the Pacific. Pacific is the largest ocean. And these were people look just like me. And I'm like, wait a minute, I never heard about them. So the greatness, the diversity is unbelievable. And so we don't have time to be, concern ourselves with George Zimmerman and getting caught up in that whole situation, because the media is spinning it. They want to pull on, your emotions, right? And say, well, how can this guy sue the family of the, which is the son he killed? How can he do that? And so, but my point is, if you remember the case, you got to ask yourself, why would they even put him on the television? If I sue somebody, I'm not going to be on the television. If I sue somebody, it's not going to be, national news. You dig? So, if I just want to come back with a little food for thought, I mean, I've been out of pocket for a little bit, but I'm back in the garden, family. So I hope you make sure you enjoy. Make sure you share the videos, and don't fall for the hype. It's just all crap. I mean, this whole impeachment hearing, right? This great economy, which the numbers, there's some weird things going on with the numbers. So pay yourself first, family, and get ready for this recession, because remember, this is the longest bull market. Over 10 years, people have been making money. So family, please, if you got 401k the last 10 years doing great, make sure you talk to your peoples and stay on top of it, right? Because you don't want to be a victim of losing 30, 40, 50, even 60% of your money because the market crashes. Remember, your 401ks, they tied up in mutual funds. All right? All right, I'm going to get on out here. Help you guys join me. In the meantime, between time, be the most high inside you, bring you joy. And being with is out of 5,000.